Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. We're going to use the Lapis Lazuli rune set here this week, and for the card at the end, we're going to use the handy dandy Celtic Spirit Oracle deck, so stay tuned for that at the end. Jumping right on in, your rune for your energetic past is in. Oh, look at that. We have Odin's rune. Odin's rune is like the patch over Odin's eye. It's blank, right? It's something that's hidden from us or something that we already know. So for this Aries, this is an aspect that I love to have in the recent past position, because this is usually indicative also of something that you've already experienced, something that you should probably be aware of, or maybe something in your past that was hidden from you is being uncovered right now. So please take what resonates, Aries, leave what doesn't. We're going to use the Wooden Runes set, a completely different untouched set, at the very end of the rune reading for that clarity on this rune. So make sure you're paying attention to that as we move along. I don't know why I'm actually asking you to pay attention to that, because you're already tuned in here. So looking at this, in the energetic now is Othala. Othala is a culturally misappropriated rune, and a lot like a couple others that are culturally misappropriated. Othala means heritage, legacy. What is that strong foundation that you are going to be leaving behind for others, right? Like our indigenous relatives like to practice is it healthy for the next 7 generations? If it isn't, they just don't do it. Right, so you want to make sure that your paradigm, your religious practices, whatever they are, your beliefs, cornerstones, that your legacy, right, that you're leaving behind for yourself, or you know, that you're working at launching for yourself anyway, and you're leaving behind for others, that it's healthy and it'll last 7 generations or longer. Now, when it's more transitory, like money or land, then it might not be as healthy, right? Or even if it's something long-term that's not healthy. So this is Othala is actually calling into balance your stability and your structure. Okay, this isn't a symbol of nationalism or pride. This is a symbol of making sure that you're looking at your foundations and the structure that you are basing your whole life off of. Is it stable, like the rune suggests, that you get to build your structure on top of? All right, because this is the future for future generations that you're working with. You could also actually be in the now of receiving an inheritance, legacy work, or income, something that kind of fell into your lap as a responsibility, like a will or an inheritance, like a tract of land or money or something like that. Or maybe even just focusing on legacy work with, what am I'm being pressed with as a leader of my family, or a leader of my tribe, or a leader of my clan, a leader of my community? How do I lead by example here? How do I hold that foundational presence and make sure that that's healthy for everybody, right? So moving forward into the energetic, I almost said recent future. All right, remember the future, everybody. That's a very profound statement, by the way. But anyway, this is beautiful. This is in your near future. This is the rune of Algies. This is Algies, the elk rune. I had this 40 hertz playing here in the background to help me concentrate today, because I felt like I needed a little extra boost of concentration. So my mind has been kind of back and forth a little bit today. So hesitation there was not doubt. It's just that connecting the dots right now. A lot of things have been going on in our lives, hasn't there? We're all processing a lot. So let this rune reading message carry what it needs to help you keep the faith, to move forward with, right? Algies is a very grounding rune. Every time we have that line going straight down, this very grounding energy. The antlers here, your built-in divine defense, built-in divine protection, connection as well. This is keeping the faith, knowing that you're grounded and stable, right? Knowing you're defending your legacy work here, moving forward. You're increasing your faith in yourself, in your structure that you are building. This work that you've invested yourself in here recently, Aries, that this is going to carry forward in either somebody challenging you and you being strong in your faith, in your defense, here in your future, or this like enhanced aspect of I feel very fortified, strong, divinely connected, and protected, because you are, Aries. Maybe you just needed to be reminded of that here in the near future, but I really see this as a solidification of your faith in doing this work in accordance to your divinely guided self-source blueprint, according to your deity, whatever you worship out there. Just take what resonates here, Aries, leave what doesn't. And the influence, though, for Othala here, the influence on Othala is being in flow. This is Lagos. It means lake, sea, flow, water, divining with water, dowsing with water, water ceremony even. This could be you just viewing a body of water or needing to be more just in flow. This is still very grounding energy. And this is working with your intuition, your divine feminine emotional healing, centering and balancing, staying in flow, the creation type of energy, right? So this is the divine feminine's healing rune. Or I don't mean to always say healing rune, but this is the divine feminine's rune. And this is that because the lake, the flow, the water, right? The water has the intuitive capabilities of nurturing and creating, helping to create life like the divine feminine does. Okay. So this is beautiful. This is like an emotional stability and balance here. You might be called into sharp focus, your emotional stability, your intuitive stability. Or your intuitive flow, which is basically the same thing. When you're in that flow state, around the alpha brainwave state, or even down into theta a bit, this is really beautiful to be a part of and just have that confidence moving forward. And this is indicative of that faith, that confidence, that being in flow, being in the now, being present. Yeah. And having that awareness and faith moving forward. What's your advice for right now? Oh, by the way, this is a really good reminder. We have divine feminine and masculine in all of us. So work on balancing those. Don't just think you or someone else needs to work on just one or the other. Everything in balance, everything in moderation, Aries, okay? This is very fiery energy right here. This is leading by example. This is a beautiful element for you, Aries, because you are a fire sign. This is Kenas, this is the torch, this is the light that shines and trailblazes. This is manifestation energy. This is go, 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 like the Pac-Man gobbling up dots, always wanting to move forward, trailblazing, always going forward. So this is also leading by example, to practice what we preach, leading by example and manifesting, stepping into your inner authority. This is your, I think this is you manifesting into what you need to manifest, which is a lot of times your own leadership, right? You are the leader of your own life, right? We are all divine leaders in our own regards, right? We are our own leaders. We are sovereign. In that case, with this Kinas here, trailblazing, right? Everything isn't as it used to be, but this is a good starting point to check off to make sure that you can move forward in confidence and faith. So definitely don't invest in hypocrite type of energy. Here, this is leading by example. Remember, even a good healer, when they're giving out advice, or counselor, or even a friend, right? Giving out advice, we're going to be presented with that mirror, right? Because what we see in others are reflections of aspects of self. So when we're giving advice to others, we're going to be checking in with that, like, where is that in my life? Is this for me? Is this honestly for my path? Or is it something that isn't for me? Am I okay here? It's a really good time to check in with yourself to make sure that you are leading by example. We all have opinions, and everybody's opinion is different, isn't it? But your opinion on yourself turns into fact, Aries, doesn't it? And you want to move forward, you want to charge forward, but make sure that this is definitely solidified first, your foundation, your legacy work, right? Where you're going to be substantially building from. This is really good to do in a grounded place of flow to address this. not to go ahead charging ahead with like your typical Aries self. This is to embrace this with flow, with presence, with the stability and the flow of the divine feminine, the emotional sort of being able to adapt emotionally and trust your intuition more. Again, faith being stronger here as an aspect because you have been investing in this. Okay, now in your outcome for this reading here, Aries, is in the ancient Aurochs rune. This is Uruz. This is the ox rune, the bull. This is a lot more healthy, grounded momentum moving forward. So you're paying more attention to what is healthy in your life, what the energies you surround yourself with. What is your diet like? Not just what you eat or drink, but mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. What are your habits? What is your self-talk like? What are your self-thoughts like? Those all matter. That is all diet, right? That is all like in this momentum energy that you're carrying forward. Like when you're in this rune of Aurochs the ox, this is you're gaining so much momentum. You want to be sure that each step forward is that much more grounded, right? That much more stable moving forward, because you are going to get that momentum and that charging forward kind of energy, Aries. Okay, be patient about that. It's not going to be right now, but it will be very soon, and is going to gain up speed, and you are going to be divinely protected and connected. Okay, I see you definitely looking at things in a healthier way. It takes us all a little bit to recover from these weird reactionary phases when we're inundated with different things that happen in our lives. Be gentle with yourself, okay? We're going to get a rune of clarity from the wooden runes. These are olive wood. All right, so Theresa's thorough work. Yeah, Thor's hammer. It's very divinely connected and grounded energy. But this is also the thorn or the giant hill. This is a lot of that being thorough with the data gathering, right? Learning and processing with the energies, is making sure you have all your I's dotted, your T's crossed. You're reading all the, it seems like really tedious work, but you're being very thorough in whatever you're doing. Right, you were in this period of this action needing to build, destroy, or protect, like the hammer does, like Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, right? It can build, destroy, or protect, but it's very thorough. It always follows through. You've been called to follow through here in your past, and you're like, yeah, I know. I can hear you right now, Aries. You're like, yeah, I know. Okay, nobody likes to hear that I know as a response, Aries, but here we go. This is maybe the reminder to maybe reflect and be mindful. Was your work very thorough? If not, that's okay. You can still embrace that with emotional clarity and intuition and being present and manifesting. You can just, if you forgot anything here, you can still be thorough and carrying that through into your foundational work here. I see you increasing in this legacy work. I see you increasing in your manifestation, and I see you increasing in your faith with a lot of momentum here, Aries, moving forward. Let's go ahead and get that card of clarity from the Celtic Spirit Oracle deck. These are beautiful cards, and they don't really speak very plain English, so when I read them, I might stumble on a couple words, but these are beautiful messages straight from Divine, straight to you. So Divine, please show us clearly. Thank you. Message for Aries for this week. Dream. Okay. A lot of us have been called into our dreams here recently. I've been feeling that in the collective here as well. Manifestation right here, and plan right there. You've been planning. This is part of that planning, that structure, the foundational work is part of the planning, right? Now, with that manifestation, that's your action you're taking for the best outcome here. That is beautiful. Let's read more about this card. I need to find it here because not everything is alphabetized. It's all numbered. So I am fairly new with this deck, but look at that beautiful artwork. I just love this. So the dream card, it goes on to say here that the art of dreaming your life into, this is about the art of dreaming your life into being, Aries. So here comes the point where you realize that we are the dreamers, and what you dream can be manifested. Where do you want to be, Aries? What do you want your life to look like? If we can't picture where we want to be, how is the universe meant to make it happen? There's a big difference between dreaming realistically and thinking too over the top. And our belief that it can happen needs to be aligned with what we want to happen. If we dream about being a millionaire, but believe it won't ever happen to us, then it won't. If we dream of how we feel with our perfect job, house, or partner, for example, and also believe that it can happen, then it can. Manifestation happens when we dream about it as though it has already happened. Friendly reminder there, Aries. We imagine ourselves in the present with what we want, and we need to also feel all the emotions of having already achieved it. This is how we align our dream, our emotions, and our beliefs to manifest our desires. What are you wanting to manifest in your life, Aries? Do you know what it would look like if you had it now? How would you feel if you manifested what you desired? What emotions do you feel? Take some time and be specific as you can with this. Do up a vision board or write out your perfect day as though it is already here. Make plans to achieve your goals and take action. You are the center of your universe, Aries, so be creative with what you want and let the rest just flow to you. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.